Hi guys. There it is. So sorry for the late start, but it's kind of the way it's going to be. I got a couple ideas I want to do on my 8 scale. We're kind of into 8 scale mode at the Plex right now, with the track being kind of redone to be a more of an 8 scale friendly track. And race last week kind of went okay. I'm kind of had some ideas on some stuff that I wanted to change, and we're gonna work that out for a little while and get going. So I see Jackson's here, Bender's here, Steve's on here, kind of the usual crew here on a Thursday night. Holy crap! Got a busy day ahead tomorrow, as we're gonna got to set up the carpet track for our first carpet club race. That I don't quite have a car ready to go yet, but I will, but not this week, and probably not next week, because next week I'll be gone. Wow, I have these on so tight. Wow. My goodness. The plan tonight is to make some pistons, and just basically rebuild my shocks. And then I wanted to take a look at both Jared Wiggins and Jared Tebow's pill settings on the cars, just to see how close I am and if I need to change anything. I also did notice, like, my front Ackerman position is different from theirs, and all that good stuff. So there we go. Did I get the motor out of the B6? I did not. So we just left that baby in there and turned the throttle down for the Enduro. It actually worked out really well. We had really good run time, and the car was pretty easy to drive with the speed turned way down. Yeah, actually, that ended up being okay. What sucks is that I'm looking to put that car on eBay here pretty soon, and I'm going to have to get my Dremel out and cut away that screw, because there's, unfortunately, it's not coming off of there. Ugh. The Techno wheel nuts, man, they are tough. Oh, there we go. Whew. I was like putting my back into it. I've got, I'm pretty excited because I have tires coming, and we're actually one of the few places that has gold ellipses in stock at the Plex too. So kind of getting ramped up for this winter, just to make sure that everything goes good. I've been scouring all of our distributors and kind of knocking on J Concept's email account trying to make sure that we have tires from them. Proline so far hasn't been an issue with positrons. Getting those in stock, so I think we're going to be okay. And got plenty of wheels and rims, whatever they are. And for the most part, I think we're getting a handle on stuff. There's carpet tires are a little rough right now. Luckily, they have a lot of twin pins in stock, and we had a bunch of twin pins in stock anyways, left over from last year. And the fuzz bites that we got in, they pretty much sold right away. So JC is kind of out of fuzz bites right now. So we're kind of at the mercy of the. We're kind of at the mercy of, you know, the world, just like everybody else is right now. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see when the rest of that stuff becomes available. Travis Clancy's on here. Yeah, I was thinking about going stiffer springs as well. But I'm pretty sure that I have the stock pistons in there still. Really, I didn't have a reason to change anything on this car for the most part this year. When I went outdoor racing, the only time that I really struggled at all was in Minnesota. Didn't really have didn't have an issue at Thunder Alley. I really didn't have any handling issues at the Wichita track at Emory Park. So really that really bumpy kind of outdoor loose track was kind of the only place I struggled at, and that was more of just me not driving very good, I think, than the car's fault. So we'll see. But at home I can kind of, I'm not saying the car handled badly, it's just I kind of ran into this last year when I ran the last round of the Winter Series in e-buggy. I made the main, but barely, and my car was just off, you know. It was part of it was tires, but part of it was definitely not really having an indoor setup, I guess you could say. Okay. Oh man, let's dig these guys out. Jesus, my wife just. My wife's over there cussing at the amount of poo in the. At the amount of poo in the cat litter, which is hilarious.
I'm putting 6-ton on.
Hey, look what I got. Don't lose this one. This one isn't ours. Caleb gave it to us.
Okay.
Let's see. Daniel Bender bought a $30 brand new Orca 21.5 today, and his question is, the Orca motor you sold me is made for off-road, right? I think the Orca motor is made for everything. I think you should run it and see how fast it is before you make any judgments on whether or not it was made for off-road or on-road, or whether that matters. What are we doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm putting 6-pound mono on here.
Why?
Cause?
Keep that braided light on.
I know. I was going to put it on my other one.
Why are you changing that?
Why not?
Because you're wasting line.
No, I'm not. I can re-rig it on something else.
Yeah, you say that and then there's line all over the place. Anyways, go do that out there.
I thought the cats puked over here on the floor.
That would suck. Jeez. Or 17.5. Whatever, Daniel. Dude, it's like, it's 10 o'clock at night. Look at my face. I worked all day, and I'm tired, and I forgot what motor you bought. Either way, just run the motor. It cost $30 for a brand new motor. Trust me. It'll be fast. Question was if we had 2.0 springs. We do. Last year I ordered a whole bunch of these. When it became apparent that the low frequency springs were not going to be the ticket, we had a bunch of low frequency springs, but we didn't have a lot of the black regular springs. So I went and ordered a whole bunch of them. So we pretty much have all the ones that are used in all the setup sheets. In fact, I do remember changing my rear springs from the harder spring to the lighter spring for Thunder Road. So all right, let's get in here and see what pistons we have. I'm gonna need my rag, my good old Novak rag, and my trash can. Man, my trash can is heavy. I wonder what's in my trash can. Huh. Chat's kind of going all over the place. John Haas said that is the plane my son got today. Stand already broke. Glued a piece of heat shrink to the top of the stand. Wow, that shock fluid is crystal clear, man. Techno. Techno, man. Their stuff's so good. All right, so yeah, so this is it's like a 5-hole with 2 little holes. I think these are stock pistons, so we're gonna take those out, and I'm gonna make 1.5 5-hole pistons today. So that'll be fun. Yeah, we need to have like a. That's true. We should like invite Peter down so he can come to a free country, and at least for now, and we should like make him a cake or something. A freedom cake. All that stuff needs to move because the pistons are on the top that I want to make. Oh shoot, that's the wrong size. Where's my... Dude, where are all my nut drivers? You're killing me. All my nut drivers are... You move all that stuff? Hang on, guys. I've got to find my nut driver. Why are you laughing at nut driver? That's not even funny. Okay. Got my shock drilling tool here. pin vise. And we're going to use this guy. Is that the right one? Oh, it's not the right one. Why is that not the right one? Neither of these are the right one. Yeah. Steve RC wants to know, did we make it through the entire Enduro without breaking? We had a screw work itself out of the front steering bell crank. That took about 8 minutes to fix, and then we broke, Emerson broke a front bulkhead, top plate, and that took about 12 minutes to fix, and then we had actually ball stud work itself out of the hub carrier, and that took about 5 or 6 minutes to fix. Other than that, yeah, we did pretty well. We made it through pretty much unscathed. It was pretty fun. Speaking of that, wasn't Jackson Anderson supposed to be on our team last minute? Didn't he say he was going to be on our team? What the heck? Yeah, Steve Wall, I feel bad for Steve. He broke quite a few times. You know, actually, I thought the race was going to be pretty close there for a while because what happened? So Logan just straight up ran his mod 4-wheel drive car, and you know, I was like, well, more power to you. So they almost lapped us before they had to change their first battery, and so they were going faster than us, but I'm doing this the hacky way, by the way, because I don't have the right nut driver for this. I'm pretty sure this is a 5.0, and I don't have a 5.0. So I thought the race was going to be between Logan's team and our team because they were going faster than we were, but they had to make more stops. So I thought that if they held together, that it would actually be a really close race there. But what happened was, where did that go? They broke a bulkhead on that 22X4. Basically, basically as soon as they changed drivers, I can't remember who was driving, but they broke a front bulkhead, and that took 20-something minutes for them to fix. And so all of a sudden we had a big lead, and then Steve broke soon after that. And so all we had to do was kind of manage our car. So it was going to be close, but you know, some years we've done this and it's been really close, and some years we've done this and it's been kind of a blowout, and this year it was kind of a blowout. So oh well, it is what it is. Do you got Culvers there? Peter, we do have Culvers. In fact, that was a big deal. Anytime that some really popular fast food joint comes around, they tend to make a big deal out of it. And when Culvers hit town, that ended up being a really big deal. So, yeah, we do. We actually have a Culvers here. Okay. The crappy thing is that none of these are labeled. Luckily, I have a caliper. That's kind of dumb. There it is. 1.5. I'll show this one. So Cole's on here. He's dissing the Losi cars. I wouldn't say they're crap. It's just if there was one little Achilles heel on the 22X4, I think the bulkhead part of it, it's pretty well known that's kind of a struggle for those guys. So. You know, the mullet thing, I don't know. I mean, I don't have much to say about the whole thing. I just hope that, like, big, puffy girl hair comes back. I want to see the Aquanet out, and I want to see all that, because I think that we're missing that in this world. We're missing the big poofy Aquanet hair. It's been gone for too long. Where is my marker? I want to make sure I don't make a mistake with the way that this works. Where is my... look out. I am not organized tonight at all. We had so much stuff to do. Still got a lot of stuff to do. I guess, am I ever actually organized is the actual question. And the answer is pretty much no, never.
People complimenting mullet. You want to toss this?
Why would I toss this? There's still line on it.
Like 6 feet.
You're such a waster.
What?
You're such a waster.
That's like the most line I can fit on this.
Alright. That one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait. I lost count. Hang on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man, this is actually hard to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Why would I want... So what I'm doing is these Techno blank pistons have little divots in them. And I want to make sure that my 5 holes are even across. So I'm trying to count here. Oh, 16. Okay, there we go. So we can do... one there, one there, and one there. There we go. So I just kind of marked these at what seemed to be what's going to work. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm basically marking them before I drill them. That way I don't screw up. And if you can see that. And you can kind of see that. All right, so that's what we're gonna get. That's what we're gonna do. I basically went 2, 2, 2, 2, and then 3. So it's like a basically like a star shape. So we'll give it a shot. Let's see. Peter Renault, this is the Yeah Racing drill set. You are correct. And I lost the instructions for him. Actually, I can check something real fast while I'm at it. Just to make sure I'm actually using the right one, I better check. Wade Boyd's on here. He says, "Hey, Alex, been doing tons of recruiting here in Colorado for the Winter Series. Trying to stack the deck for some Colorado domination. I am not ready. I'd like to be ready, but we don't even have an engine for Emerson's car yet. I don't know how that's going to work because we're kind of running out of time. We might end up actually missing the first round, or he might. He'll still be racing Mini Truggy, though. Yeah, racing 1.1 to 2 millimeter. So it's 2 millimeters. So this would be so this would be 2, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. That'd be this one. See, I was gonna do the wrong one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Whew. Why don't you have the VRP pistons? Why are there black and white ones? You know, I don't know. I ordered the VRP pistons for the store, and they didn't sell very well, which is weird because everybody raves about them. So I might have to get them back in. But to be honest with you, we just didn't have any. And I wanted to try to do these on my own. I try to do like what I've always tried to do stuff that you can do with like a stock car. Like I was really big on that when I used to be a low-C driver. You know, I never wanted to use something that you had to like go out of your way to machine or to you know, just buy stuff that wasn't necessarily stock, I guess. And that way I can tell people, you know, what they can use with mostly stock components. I don't know. I think that's kind of why.
Dude, look at this snake, like, looking plastic.
That's cool. It's like a lizard. That being said, I really want to try the VRP pistons, and I need to get I need to get in there and get some more in for the store, because I think the ones we have or had ended up going in the purge sale because we hadn't sold them. So, yeah. That's the legit reason. I just I wanted to do this.
Okay.
Yeah, that's rad. Steve RC says his kid's almost saved up enough for a carpet undercar. He wants a Tamiya 2020 TT02 Ford GT. That is a really cool car. When I saw last year that Tamiya was going to have that body available, I actually got kind of excited because I wouldn't mind running that on my USGT car. That'd be a really cool body. But TTO2s are great. They're very simple to build, and you learn a lot when you build them. So, yeah, Peter, I don't know about the black and white. I don't have any experience with them, so I wouldn't be able to give you a good answer as to why they have two different ones. Okay, there is my first set of drilled pistons. You can buy these piston blanks from Techno. We got them at the Plex in stock right now. So you can pretty much make your pistons any way you want. So I'll show you how I did it there. You can see that. Hopefully you can see the opening a little bit. Kind of. Not really. Got to get better at that. Okay, let's put these back on. Oops. And again, I don't know where my 5.0 not Allen, geez, nut driver went off to, so we're kind of going to do this the hacky way. Where's my pliers at?
Oh, I have them, sorry.
Shock shaft pliers?
Hmm?
Oh,
I didn't touch them.
they're right in front of me. We do. Lance, we actually do have the, that's where I got mine from. I like the Yeah Racing bits because they're nice and big. I have seen them under a couple different brand names, but basically the same thing. Yeah, we do have those in stock. They're cheap. I think it was only, I think these were only like $12 or something like that, if I remember correctly. Joel Florkey, how can I get into the hobby? I think you just walk into your local hobby store if you got one and buy stuff. That's the best way. Decide what you want to do, whether it be off-road or on-road. If you want to go all out or if you want to do a budget build and get in there and do it. Alright, we're going to set this off to the side until I get the other ones built, and then we'll fill them up with shock oil. Yeah, Peter Renault, buy everything. Exactly. Alright, so again, what I'm doing, just so I don't make a mistake, and so they're even, is I'm marking them, I'm marking the divots with the black pen before I drill them. That way I don't screw up. When it's late and I've been up all day, I tend to make mistakes. So I'm trying to not have that happen. And then the only other thing I can say about this Yeah Racing drill is you do kind of got to be careful not to bend it at an angle or so. I did break off a tip on my 2.0. Luckily, it was one that I'm not going to use very often because I was really trying to get after it. So you really got to kind of almost be straight up and down with it.
Why is it making that sound? Like it's whistling.
Jackson Anderson said, "You're going down tomorrow." Well, I can tell you that you're probably right. Oh wow, James Ham just sent me some pics of some walleye and of some smallmouth bass from the Middle Raccoon River near Panora tonight. Telling you. Yeah. Connor, if you order something to pick up at the Plex, how long does it typically take to get ready? It depends on who's there. I don't get the emails. The only one who does is Tim. So if Tim's there working, he gets the email. He gets the text. But if he's not there working, then nobody knows. So the best thing to do is call and make sure that we check. I know that's lame, but that's kind of how it works there at the Plex. Peter, I guess I don't really know that I'm making sure it goes straight. I think the best thing you can do is just put it down on the table and make sure that you're not like wiggling this back and forth or going in at a weird angle. Yeah, without using a drill press for sure. I'm just trying not to get crazy and bend this thing while I'm making these out. I just don't want to break this, right? Because it's the only one I got. I feel like that would be bad. Joel Florkey, do you have to have a transponder to race at any track? You do not. At least at our track. If you're racing somewhere else and they don't have house transponders, then you're kind of in trouble. You either have to, a lot of places will rent you a transponder, or you do have to provide your own at that point. But at least at the Plex, you don't really have to worry about it. We have house transponders, and we're never going to update our AMB until we're absolutely forced to. So the problem is a lot of these guys have updated their AMB system, and if you update it to its current firmware, it takes away the ability to use house transponders and the 2-wire transponders. So if a track opens up and they order an AMB system, well, it comes with the newest firmware, so they're not able to use the old house transponders. And then like half of the AMB transponders that are out there in the world all of a sudden become unavailable for use, right? So at least at the Plex, we're definitely not going to do that until it gets to the point where they make it so we have to. A couple of years ago, there was a firmware update that if you didn't install it, all of a sudden cars were missing laps and stuff. And it had to do with the Windows 10, Windows 8, something in the Windows 8 to Windows 10 carryover. So hopefully that does not happen again, and we can keep using our transponders so that we can keep getting new people in without making them buy a transponder yet, or making them rent a personal transponder. I hope that that doesn't happen anytime soon. So Bill Naresco's on here. Billy Naresco, hello. Nice to see ya. We're just doing some shock work for my Techno e-buggy that I'm going to race tomorrow at the HobbyPlex in Omaha, Nebraska for family night.
Oh, is that tomorrow?
And again, we're kind of doing the hacky. I don't have my my 5mm nut driver. So I got to do the hacky way to get this off of here. So it's not something I normally do. Nick Nuthouse, do we have transponders back in stock? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. They only had 15 transponders in stock. So instead of our usual order of 8, we ordered the max 15.
Bought them all.
We bought them all.
Can you toss this? This isn't a lot of line. I'm gonna put all this on there.
So I'm making 5-hole 1.5 pistons, and then I just got to look over. Again, I'm kind of looking over both Jared Wiggins and Jared Tebow's setup sheets just to see what oil that they were running last year for the Techno Series, and then I'll go from there. So. Daniel can't figure out why his diff gear keeps hitting the side of his transmission case. Huh. That's a different one. I don't know. Jackson writing a paper on contested concept, and the concept he chose is gun ownership. In my opinion, there's not much to contend to. It's part of the Constitution of the United States of America.
My goddamn constitutional right.
Look at this cat. Can you guys see this cat of mine?
No.
Probably not. She's off screen. She's very interested in the fishing equipment.
Don't write that wrong, or your teacher won't like you.
So on my old Mugen MBX8, I remember at the Nats in 2018, I did put 5-hole pistons in there. Derek Wood had some Kyosho ones lying around. And I think that they were... Actually, I think it was 3-hole. It was like 3-hole 1/6s or something like that. And it made a dramatic difference in the car because we were just trying to stiffen it up. It was like it was just way too soft for the indoor stuff.
Oh. Nice.
That's kind of like what we're going for here is just... I think my problem was the car was too soft. It just
Shit.
didn't react fast enough in a way that was comfortable, you know. It was easy to drive, but it wasn't as responsive as I would have liked. So, is stadium truck popular where your track is? From California, and never see a stadium truck. Yeah, I'd say. So if you look through our playlist for the summer series this year, we usually have usually had at least 2 heats. I think the finals this last September race we had we only had 1 heat, but there was 11 trucks, so I just threw them all in together. But I think before that we usually would have maybe 15 to 16 trucks at a summer series race, and for us that was pretty good. Many years ago, I consolidated stock truck and mod truck into 13.5 truck. So instead of having 2 classes with like 4 or 5 people in it, we just had 1 motor. So it was 13.5, and that was it. And that actually helped the turnout. Yeah, it just helped the turnout. You know, it combined those 2 classes into 1. So, But I bet you on the carpet. So we're starting carpet off-road next week or this week. And we'll probably have a full heat of stadium truck again. I ran stadium truck last year. It was fun. In fact, on the carpet, I didn't even change anything. I left my ball diff in there, and I never changed my shock setups. I didn't even put sway bars on. I just lowered the ride height a whole bunch and just drove it, and actually did okay. It was pretty fun. It was a lot of fun. For a while there, I didn't want to race stadium truck because I felt like the trucks kind of lost their handle, you know? Like, stadium truck was always a class where no matter what track I went to, whether it be like the Cactus Classic at SRS back when it was outdoor, or Chillicothe, Missouri for all those races we used to go to here regionally, or even just a club race at home, I would like practice like twice with my truck and just be like, yeah, it's okay. And then I'd work on my buggy the whole time. And it seemed like it stopped being like that for a while there, where I found myself working on my truck more than my buggy, and that's not really what I wanted. So, but now with the T6s and stuff, and even the Losi 4.0, it's really good. They're kind of back to that point where you can drive it, kind of go, okay, and then worry about, you know, the other class. Beaver oil. I know what you meant. You meant heavier oil. Steve, so part of the trick about not slapping on jumps is to be a little bit on the throttle when you land. So if you ever watch like the like you'll really hear it on carpet. So like this Saturday, when like Ethan and those guys are racing mod, watch how they land, and you can hear their cars spool up as they land. So they take off, and then when they land, instead of being completely off throttle, which what'll happen is your car will hit and bounce, right? They're landing with a little bit of throttle. They'll whoop, and that spinning of the tires actually acts like a cushion, and your car will sort of it'll just cushion that landing, and also make sure that you don't slap and keep going. So part of that is just teaching Alex how to land off of the big jumps. Heavier oil would work a little bit. I wouldn't go crazy. Maybe like 5 weight higher than what you have now at the maximum would be something you could try. But I would say try to get him to land a little bit with the throttle. Dang it. There we go. God, my cats are stupid. What are they doing?
Don't know.
Is that my box? Did she bring it in?
Yeah.
Oh. I made my wife mad. I left the box out for too long. My RC car box.
Well, she made me bring it.
Oh, you brought it in? Oh, nice job. Thanks. See, I just leave stuff out there, and then I hope that you guys bring it in so I don't have to. One more. So if this works and my car is better tomorrow, then I'll kind of use it to transfer over to his car for the nitro side of things. we'll see what happens. Okay, where's that at? There it is. Is Billy still on here? What part of California are you from? I did notice that the last time that I got out there, a couple of years ago at OCRC, there was no stadium trucks at all. And then the JBRL race, there was. We went to a JBRL race, and there was a small heat of them. Pliers? I think it's interesting how, you know, a lot of classes are very regional, you know. We're kind of I don't know about anywhere else, but like Omaha and, yeah, I mean, the HobbyPlex in general is kind of a hotbed for like mini truggy, you know. But then you go, say, to Kansas City, and there's nothing. And you know, it used to be that way with Pro 4. You know, we were one of the few places that still had a Pro 4 class up to about, 2 years ago, maybe. Yeah, it's that way here too. A majority of what we race is going to be 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. I think that has to do. I think a lot of that has to do with just the ebb and flow of this hobby. You know, when battery technology was really poor and you could tell that 10 scale was kind of waning, everybody was trying 8 scale. You know, this was 11, 12 years ago. And then the short course stuff came out, and it kind of rekindled a lot of people's passion for 10 scale. And, you know, a lot of us raced short course for a little while, and then we kind of went, man, this sucks. And just sort of went back, you know, to what we know, which is like 2-wheel drive mod for me. That's one of the things. 2-wheel drive mod and e-buggy are probably my 2 favorite classes, and you know, I'll always race 2-wheel drive mod. So I think it's just kind of the ebb and flow of what we have going on, and plus nowadays, you know, our 2-wheel drive buggies and even our 4-wheel drive buggies are pretty tough. You know, they never used to be that way, especially 4-wheel drive. I mean, 4-wheel drive, if you looked at it wrong, it would break. And I think that, I think with the cars being as tough as they are, I think that's another reason why you've seen kind of 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive kind of return to being the main classes, especially 4-wheel drive, because truck was always the second class. Whenever you go to big race, it was always buggy and truck, and then maybe 4-wheel drive. And now it's buggy and 4-wheel drive and maybe truck. You know. Yeah, I'm curious to see what gas truck's going to be like. So we have a kindling, gas truck kindling. That means fire. We have a kind of a startup gas truck class going on for this winter, and we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Hopefully, it doesn't dud out and turn into nothing. I'd like to see it, you know. I'd like to see it be at least a full heat of trucks. I think that'd be awesome.
But you won't get one.
Well, that's because they're like $600-700. Do you want an engine, or do you want half of a gas truck? All right, once again, the only reason why I'm doing it this way is because I cannot find my 5.0 wrench. So if you're watching this for the first time, please don't go, man, that guy is using pliers. That guy sucks. If I had my 5.0 wrench, I'd be using it. So don't judge me. That's all I'm saying.
People are going to judge you.
I know. People are going to judge me anyways. It just is what it is. All right, last one. And then we'll build these shocks, and it'll be good. Let's mark it so I don't screw up. RR Peck says the kid and I are heading to Omaha to race Saturday. Looking forward to meeting you all. That's awesome. Hopefully the track layout is good and everything goes well. I'll be running the race Saturday, so I'll be taking your entry and calling the races. We're setting up the track tomorrow. And yeah, should be really good. We'll take some video. Lance, dude, I honestly don't remember. I need to get the setup sheets out. I actually printed them off at work and then I forgot them. So I'm just gonna get them on my phone and take a look. I don't remember what I'm gonna put in there, but I'll find out here in a second. Yeah, Cam ran the Typhon today.
Typhoon.
And I was gonna go down there and see if I could drive it, but we got insanely busy for some reason for about an hour there when he was gone, and then we got crazy busy, so I didn't get a chance to go down there and even look at it. So I might take it for a spin tomorrow at some point, just to say that I've driven it so I can tell people what I think. But it looked cool. We need to slap some clay compound tires on it. I know that. Comes with those European tires on there. Okay. Let's clean this up. Again, I'm making 1.5 5-hole pistons, so 5 holes, 1.5 millimeter, and all the way around on the car. The stock pistons, to be honest with you, I have no idea what they were. Maybe one of you guys can fill me in, but it looks like there's 5 big holes and 2 little holes. So I guess I should look in the instructions. I have them here. But either way, I'm going off of somebody else's setup sheet, so. Chris Hardiston's in the house. Yeah, instructions are for girls. That being said, I always read the instructions. Whenever I build a new car, I built a B6 like, what, 8 times now? I still look at the instruction manual just to make sure I don't do anything stupid. Because I do tend to look something stupid. Look, whatever I just said, I don't even know. What I meant to say was, sometimes can do stupid stuff. Okay, there's that. And we got to get that off of there. Hardison says he decided to sell off his 13.5 stuff. It's 100% outlaw or bust for me now. I think that's kind of the consensus lately on that class. It seemed like the 13.5 class sort of dwindled down a little bit. I wonder if that has anything to do with it was kind of the Wild West for 13.5 motors. You know? They weren't necessarily, a lot of places at least, weren't necessarily going by any sort of roar standard, so you could have a 13.5 and call it good. I actually sold my DR10 on eBay. last week, since our season's basically over, and I think I'm gonna get it like an actual carbon fiber car next year. That's what I'm thinking. So
Dude,
we'll see what happens next week.
I'm just freaking out for this stuff. This is the fastest I've seen him run for a while. I'm gonna put one without a hook on.
Okay, let's get that. Let's get that. Where's my phone at? Oh, there it is. Let's go to Jared Tebow's website here. And hang on, I'm texting. Could you imagine like Steven Crowder or Matt Walsh texting while they're on their live stream?
Right, so theoretically, wait, I just got a text.
John Haas says 500 and 450. So there you go. Did you see the SCX6 giant Jeep? That thing is silly. I'll be doing the same thing next spring for no prep. The 13.5 class seemed like a bad joke and a turnoff for that class. I think you're on the right page there. It seems like that was a lot of the chatter was about that. It almost seemed like more of a money pit than anything. As far as the Jeep goes, I'm not sure, but we might have one tomorrow at the Plex. If it does come in, I'll be doing an unboxing video, and I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see what it is, how big it is. I'm curious about it. When I first heard that too, I was kind of like, no, like it's such a weird size. Like, what are you gonna do with it? You know. But that being said. That being said, if we get one in tomorrow as part of that, because we're what do they call that? We're a premier Horizon Hobby dealer, so we'll find out. We'll find out. I'm legitimately curious to see. I'm curious to see what it's going to be. What it's going to be like. I think, yeah, hopefully all they did was just take the SCX-10-2 and just blow it up to 1/6 scale. That'd be pretty sweet, actually. But again, like, what do you do with it? Like, you know, I don't know. Because there won't be any bodies for it. So it's not like you can trade it out with a different body, so you're kind of stuck with a Jeep, at least for the time being. So, yeah, I don't know. What was I looking for? I was going to look for something, and now I don't remember what it was. Oh, thanks, Lance. Yeah, Pistons are 16 millimeter. Because you got 16 millimeter shocks, right? Yeah, there's 16. Good call. Yeah, Justin Huglin says he could see the city folks getting even more upset about city people tearing up the landscape. In Colorado, they get upset with us, even though we're taking it easy. I have a little secret spot when I'm not using my home course behind me. There's an apartment complex about 1.5 miles away from here, and they have a beautiful rock landscape. And I've gone there several times to get some video and stuff, and nobody's yelled at me yet. So I'm curious to see. I actually think it's not an apartment complex. I think it's like a retirement community. So I keep waiting for somebody to come out and yell at me, like the maintenance guy or something, but hasn't happened yet. So that's good, because I'd be like, dude, you know, come on. What do you think's gonna happen? There was something that I had in here that I'm trying to find. Oh, there it is, right there. So 500 is the same as 40 weight, and 35 and 37 is kind of in between the 450. And I don't think I have any 450.
These cats are so funny.
What was that?
Look at this cat. She's freaking out over plastic.
Oof. All right, I'm gonna go. Where'd my shock thing go? There it is. I'll be right back.
Just jumped up. He hasn't done that for so long.
Yeah, that's the other thing that I worry about is just the price of this stuff. You know, unfortunately, we're kind of in that really bad situation where everybody's prices are going up and up and up, and so you end up with stuff that's kind of out of reach. So just kind of an insider's view, right? So Traxxas just raised all their prices up. So a Traxxas Rustler is $229, okay? And the Traxxas Rustler is a two-wheel drive stadium truck. The design's been around since I was a teenager, and the price is now $229 for it with their battery and their car charger, right? Which nobody likes. Nobody likes that car charger. But it is what it is. So you have that. Then you have the Arma Granite, which at the HobbyPlex right now, since we ordered so many of them this summer, they are also $229.99, and you get a four-wheel drive truck with battery and a wall charger. And so, who do you think's buying more cars? Is it the Rustler or is it the Arma, Centon, or Granite, or Typhon? You know, the Mega. So it kind of sucks because Traxxas has no choice. They have to be able to, make money in the marketplace. It's not really necessarily their fault that, the shipping containers have all gone up in price, and it's costing way more money to get stuff shipped from Taiwan or wherever, or to the wait around for the chips for their ESCs and all that stuff. Now, granted, the Arma stuff, when we sell out, will be higher a little bit, but even then, it's only going to be like a $10 to $20 difference. So, that's tough. They don't have a choice, but it's going to affect. It's definitely going to affect what people buy, you know. Yeah, I agree. The smaller scale stuff, you know, I think that's one of the reasons why the SCX 24s are so crazy popular, is because they are not very expensive for what you get, and they work pretty good. I cannot find this piston. This piston fell, and I have no idea where it went. It's not like I need it right now, but what the heck? It's gone. I don't know where it's at. What is going on? Speaking of charger recommendation for racing that's over 10 amps. Let's see. You got the Junsi charger, but you'll have to get a power supply. You can't go wrong with those. I really like my my ProTech 625 dual charger, 25 amps. It's good stuff. Really, really like that charger a lot. For a while there, dude, I was going through chargers like crazy. It was, what did I have there? I had an Orion charger that worked for 2 weeks. I had a couple Dynamite chargers that once my one really good Dynamite charger quit, I got another one and it went bad really quickly. So I was starting to get frustrated with chargers. And I finally bought that ProTech charger. And I've had it now for, I think, 3 years without any issues at all. So, ow. There's, let's see. Common Sense has a really good dual charger. That's $149.99. And I think it charges faster than 10 amps per side, per channel. And then Reedy, I think, has a dual charger that can charge at like 14 amps. So, yeah, dude, for $249.99, you get a 25 amp per channel charger. Now, I will tell you that if you're trying to charge 2 4 cells at the same time, it does not charge 25 amps. It can't do it. But it'll still charge at like, I think 8 or 9 amps is what I saw. So, but 2 cells, easily, both of them, you can do 25 amps on both sides, and it has no problem doing that. So, and the iCharger is very popular for a reason, because it's this big, and then you get a power supply. So, and even a power supply, you know, they're what? This big. It's just 2 things you have to have instead of 1. That's the only reason why I didn't go that route. I wanted an AC DC charger. I didn't want just a DC charger that I had to have a power supply for. So, Daniel put a question mark there. I'm not sure if that's directed towards me. I can look at your gearbox sometime, just not right now. Maybe tomorrow or Saturday. We'll figure it out. All right. So I'm building these shocks emulsion. I'm not using a bladder. So we're gonna tighten this down. And then actually something I've wanted to do for a while now. So I've actually had trouble where I've gone to adjust the ride height on this car, and the things are so damn tight on there that it actually untwisted my shock cap. So I'm going to re-lube these O-rings and try again, because that is super duper annoying. We'll see if we can get it to work. Yeah, see, there's a lot of love for the iCharger on the chat right now, you guys, so. Connor, I'm not sure yet. I would say very tall, but I don't know yet. There was somebody I wanted to ask who ran 21.5 last year. I think it might even be TJ. But I'm not sure. So we'll have to find out. All right, we're gonna bleed this shock. So I like to put the brag right here. We're gonna very slowly plunge down like so. We're gonna take the screw. Tighten that down. We're going to give it the old pump. We're going to undo it. And then we're going to very slowly push the shock shaft in. Get rid of any excess oil. Tighten her down. Clean it up. There you go. Nice dead shock. Excellent. Put that back on. Put this back on. And put these back on. Beautiful. Feels stiffer. 5-hole, 1.5 Pistons.
Did you just see Finn?
I did. You're like giving Finn more exercise than he's had in like 3 years.
This is awesome.
So my son put a like a snake,
Plastic.
a plastic snake lure on the
No hook, no hook.
no with no hook, of course, on a fishing pole, and he's casting it out and he's making our cat run. And if any of you guys are new to the channel, I have a 25-pound tabby cat, and he's a monster, and he's really lazy. We've tried to put him on a diet. That doesn't work. We've tried to like get a laser and give him exercise or whatever, and that doesn't work. So he's basically just this big fat cat.
Here, watch out. Finn needs a spotlight right now.
Oh God.
Finn needs a spotlight. Ouch. Okay.
Oh God. Oh Jesus. Finny, what are you doing? Ugh. Look at this thing. Ugh. You got him all hyped up about that. Oh God.
He wants to go back out.
Dude, what are you doing?
His will blip out.
What are you doing? Your breath stinks. Your breath is stinky. Oh, shut up. Look at this. Oh.
25 pounds is just straight fat.
Yeah, and he's furry and hairy and just... Okay, back out there. Get back out there. He scratched me, dude.
Gotta
Ow.
put him back to work.
Man, what a butthole.
Come on, Finn.
All right, let's bleed the shock. Yeah, he's pretty fat. I was actually gonna. I had a really cute picture of him, and I was gonna put it on Reddit, like one of the cats subreddits. But I don't know if any of you guys follow Reddit at all. But if you ever see a fat cat in the cat subreddit, the original poster just gets destroyed in the comments for letting their cat get that fat. And it's not like we're doing it on purpose. He's a happy cat. He likes to eat. We lock the door so that he can't just go in there whenever he wants, and he's still that fat. So I don't know what we're supposed to do. We've tried like not feeding him, and then he just turns into a jerk, like just a giant butthole, and he won't shut up. So
And he knocks on the door.
yeah, he like knocks on the doors and he starts crying and he gets all mad, and you know, I don't want to do that to my cat. I want my cat to be happy. So I figure as long as he's a happy cat, who cares? Sure, he might get diabetes, but you know.
Might lower his life expectancy. At least he's happy.
Yeah, he's a happy cat. At least he doesn't have cat AIDS. Like, that's a thing. There is such a thing as cat AIDS. Oh, I shouldn't have done that right there. That's okay. Yeah, so anyways, so I never did post that picture on Reddit of my fat happy cat. I didn't want to lose any karma points or anything like that. But then we have a girl cat, and she's just as much as he does, and she's not fat at all. So I think he was just destined to be a big fat cat.
Here, I'll try and grab her.
Roxy's a little prissy girl. Okay. Shock number 2 is now done.
Oh my god. What is your deal?
You got him all hyped up with that thing you're doing.
Meow.
Don't put her in my lap. I don't want her to freak out on me next.
Meow. Meow.
This is Roxy, and she does not like being held. So
Meow.
we're not going to hold her for very much longer.
Meow. Meow.
She whines a lot. Let's see. What wheeler do you use? So, full disclosure, I'm sponsored by Techno. So when I do get a 4-wheel drive next year, I will I'll go with the, I'll be going with the Techno. Before that, I had a 22X4. And before that, I was actually a low-C driver. And I had to run the 22 Ford 2.0, which in my humble opinion should be burned with fire. Not one of my favorite cars on the planet. Let's see. We're gonna do that right there. That's close enough. Right? Where's my phone at? Yeah, I'm actually thinking about running 13.5 4-wheel drive for next year's summer series. I don't know if that's going to be the. I don't know. I think I've pretty much talked myself into doing that, because we're going to have our ProTech race, our annual ProTech off-road race in April. The summer series starts in May. We're probably going to have the J Concepts Indoor National Series summer round, I think, in July. and then I did put in for the Roar Nats, which would be in August. So it could be 2022 could be a very, 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 very busy year for us. And I think if we get the Roar Nats, I think I'll definitely be running 13.5 4-wheel drive in that. Just as something to have a second class with. If we don't get the Roar Nats, then I probably won't run 4-wheel drive. My son might though. I don't know. But for 2-wheel drive, I pretty much stick with Associated for the dirt, and then for carpet off-road, I have a Schumacher behind me that I haven't built yet, but I'm gonna. So I just haven't had a whole lot of time the last couple weeks. Really been hindered by time. That's just been a killer. Yeah, Billy says that he just picked up a used B74. That's great for outdoor. That's awesome. I think at the Plex here in Omaha, definitely, it's pretty much Associated versus low C battle. There's one guy running a yoke, and one or two guys running a techno, and then it's pretty much all Associated and low C after that in the 4-wheel drive class. And we have a very big 13.5 4-wheel drive class. It's usually the biggest class of the weekend. So that being said, it's pretty much all, I'd say a majority are low C or Associated cars. I will say that the 22X4, in my opinion, is probably the best 4-wheel drive out there. You can take that car out of the box, no changes, and that car's great, because that's what I ran last year. I didn't change a thing, and it was really fast and handled really, really well. So anytime that they nail something like that, I think you got yourself a winner. I think, for instance, the B62, right, from Associated, the box stock setup on the B62 was really, really good, just like everywhere. And anytime that these guys can come out with a car where you can build it the way it is, go out and drive it, and it works, you're in really good shape. And that's what the 22X4 for certain does. So right now, I think that's probably the best one. That being said, there's nothing wrong with the other 3 or 4, but yeah. Oh man. Yeah, this poor car, dude. I haven't even begun to work on it. Like, it's still in the box. I haven't even touched it yet because I haven't had any time. And so I'm gonna miss the opening race Saturday for carpet, and then I'm gonna miss next week because I'll be out of town. So hopefully I'll have this thing ready to go for October 30th. It should be good. I hope. Okay. What else was I gonna do? I think I was planning on changing servos in my car. I might wait to do that tomorrow. We've been on for, holy crap, an hour and a half. All right, so I'm gonna wrap up these shocks, and then we'll get out of here for tonight. But appreciate you guys that are logged on. checking everything out. I know it's late. At least it's late here. It's like 11:30. I have a new Protec servo to put in my e-buggy. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of servos for sale again that I'm not gonna use. That's gonna be good. I'm gonna put that on our local marketplace. All right, here we go. We're almost done.
Dude, this spring, I want to take that mower in the back, and I want to turn it into a racing mower. You know how sweet that would be?
Do it.
You can, because all you have to do is take the transmission out and turn it into like a belt system.
Yeah.
And all you do is just mess around with the pulleys, like the belt pulleys from the engine to the thing. Because that's a big engine in that mower.
Billy, I have a TBL 170 ready to go for my e-buggy, and Emerson runs a TB in his steering and an SB in his throttle on the nitro car. And then we actually have one of those. I got the SBL in his mini truggy, and then I pretty much run 160Ts, not the brushless versions, although I'd like to, in all of my 10 scale stuff. So in my my touring car, my 10 scale buggy. What else do I have those in? I had one in my drag car. I had one in his car. We have a crappy short course basher that I have a 160 in. So I like those servos. So I do not have his nitro servos flipped. You want torque for the steering and you want speed for the throttle. Especially him, because he runs into a lot of stuff. Whoops. All right. Dude, what is the deal, kiddies? I'm getting cat bombed.
Wow. Look at him. Closing his eyes.
Oh, well, I don't care. I don't care what Will or Ashton or Drake says. If you look at the specs of the 170, there's plenty of torque to go around on both of those servos. And I want the stronger servo for the steering because he runs into a lot of stuff. So I like it the other way around. And I'm going to keep it that way.
Look at him. I wonder if the mic can hear that. We should put Finn purring up to the mic, and I wonder if it'll pick it up. Look at him; he's just slumped.
If anything, I'll put torque on both of them then. But I'm not taking away the torque servo for the steering. Anyways.
Look at him. He's like falling asleep.
He's my baby. He's our baby. He's our big fat baby. Okay.
No.
One more to go.
Come on, Finn.
That feels pretty good.
Wow. Oh.
Man, my cat is loud and talkative.
Keep going.
Tomcat's in the house, along with everybody else that's in here. We had like 25 viewers there for a little bit. That's pretty cool. We're almost done for tonight. We got one more little shock pump to go.
Over upstairs.
And then we'll call it good for tonight. Okay.
What is this?
Pop this open. What is what? Huh?
I found a notebook.
Oh. I think one night we were doing the podcast and I needed somebody to. It didn't even work because it didn't show up at all. Yeah, that was us. Can't remember what we were doing.
I was gonna draw plans in here.
You can draw planes. Draw planes.
Plans.
Oh, plans. I'm so confused. Okay. Oh, jeez. Man. All right. This should be it. That feels good. Put that guy on there. Put that guy on there. Put this guy on here. And there you go. We have successfully made 5-hole 1.5 Pistons tonight. Rebuilt the shocks. And see how we do tomorrow. So, there you go. I think that's good for now. You guys are awesome. We've been on for an hour and a half. That went by fast. Yeah, make sure you check in on the podcast on Monday. We will be back. So we got like a kind of a scheduling announcement to make. Basically, the first Monday of the month, we will not be doing the podcast because Mondays are my one day off a week, right? And once a month, I got to meet with the manager and the owner of the HobbyPlex, and that meeting can sometimes work on like 4 hours. And so I got to do that on that Monday, and then I got to turn around and go to the studio, and we do the podcast that night, and sometimes that can take 2 hours. And so my Monday is basically shot. So that one Monday a month, we're gonna not do the podcast so that after the meeting, I can just go do something. And I think that's what we're looking at. So, but anyways, we'll be back this Monday, so tune in for that. And we'll see what we can do for next After Hours, because next week I'll be going to Hutchinson, Kansas for the Hutchinson Fall Classic. I was hired to run the races down there, be their race director. So I'm excited. That's my first gig officially under Talking Fish RC, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, kind of word gets out there, and maybe I get hired by some more places and get kind of a good side gig going. So we'll check with you guys later. Thanks for hanging in there. Make sure you subscribe, like, tell your friends about our channel. Become a Patreon member if you want to. I got the link in the description. And yeah, we'll be back next week. So, Billy, nice to meet you. We do a live stream every Monday at 6:30, and most Thursdays, anywhere between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. It kind of depends on when I get out of work. So, we'll see you guys later, and thanks for tuning in. Bye, guys.